Would you like to tell me what you're doing in my home? I asked your question. What are you doing in my home? Have you forgotten I ordered you never set foot in this house again?
I haven't forgotten, Mr. Smith, but if you'll take a look around the room, I think you'll notice a few additions. Some of these things were sent to Luke's apartment, and I thought that I would bring them over so Jennifer could return them.
Jennifer's not in town, and you know that.
Well, I thought she might be back by now.
She isn't.
You know, Mr. Smith, I really thought I was doing the right thing. I mean, I know how you are about decorum and etiquette and all of that, and I really didn't want these things to stay in Luke's apartment.
I could have sent someone to pick them up. You're not welcome in my home.
I found the tape, Miss Spencer. Mr. Smith, good morning.
Evans, what's that tape for?
Miss
Well,
Spencer?
some of the cards...
I asked Evans.
Miss Spencer asked if we had any cellophane tape. Apparently some of the cards were coming loose from the gifts.
Thank you, Evans.
Why didn't you tell me Miss Spencer was here? The slamming of doors woke me up.
Well, I'm very sorry, sir, but last night you left instructions that you were not to be disturbed this morning. As for the slamming of doors, I should have instructed Mr. Kelly to be more quiet.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes, sir.
Is Joe Kelly with you?
He's setting the gifts inside the front door for me.
Oh, you know, Joe has been such a big help.
I can imagine.
Yeah, well, when I told him what I wanted to do with the gifts and all, he offered to drive me over here. And I think that he wants to thank you personally for your generous contribution to his father's hospital fund.
Would you ask Mr. Kelly to come in?
Certainly, sir.
I'll see that the cars are taken care of.
Well, okay, then I'm leaving. I'm sure Joe's going to want to speak to you alone.
Evans can bring the rest of the gifts in himself.
I'm leaving, Mr. Smith.
If you get another brainstorm like this, call first. I told you, I never wanted you to set foot in this house again, and I mean it.
Good day, Evans. Goodbye, Mr. Smith.
Mr. Kelly will be right in. He's finishing with the last load now.
Your check will be ready in an hour, Evans.
Sir?
No one gets in this house without my knowledge and permission. You're fired.
I've been so scared in my life.
I know it was hairy, but you did it. Now, let me see the letter.
Yeah?
Well, you got to show it to me sometime, and I'm sure these people won't suspect that we're up to anything.
Joe, I don't like being a private eye. Terror is not one of my favorite emotions.
Well, I can understand that out in front of Smith's house, but here now, I mean, you wouldn't even show me the letter in the car.
Yeah, well, I was afraid he'd figure out that I took it and he'd come after us.
No, nobody followed us. I would have known it if you'd put a tail on us.
Joe.
What?
Joe, I can't find it.
Don't even say that.
Well, I don't know where it is. I put it in here somewhere.
Let me have it. Just let me have it.
I put it against the side.
Oh, you like giving people heart attacks?
I put it there for safekeeping.
There's no return address.
Oh, Joe.
Come on, let's take a look inside. Maybe there's something here. Things are going well. How are you? We should call home more often, Danny. It's beautiful here. Despite everything's going kind. I guess I am enjoying it more than I thought I would in Albany.
Albany?
Right.
Well, are there any other clues?
There's no return address here either.
Joe, there's got to be something in there.
I'm sorry, there's nothing.
Oh, Joe.
Well, look, at least we know the city.
I didn't even know she had relatives that close by.
She probably doesn't.
You mean that was just a front?
Knowing Frank Smith, anything could be possible.
Joe, how are we going to find her? Because I am absolutely convinced that you are right. The only way that we are going to get to Frank Smith is through Jennifer.
I wish I had the answers.
So we went through all that this morning for nothing? Joe, do you realize we have stolen something from the head of the organization in Port Charles?
Thank you.
I know Mr. Smith will be delighted to see you.
Well, I hope I haven't come here at an inconvenient time.
Oh, I'm sure it isn't. Please sit down here, and I'll let him know you're here.
Thank you. admiring this gorgeous, oh, aren't you sweet, thank you, desk of yours.
Tis a marvelous thing, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful. I just absolutely love old desks. My husband had a gorgeous one. Well, I shouldn't say he had it because actually he still has it. I told him he had to take it with him.
Well, that's generous of you if you were fond of it.
Oh, well, it belonged to his father. After all, it should by rights be with him, shouldn't it?
I'm so pleased to see you, Lesley, but to what do I owe this delightful surprise?
Well, I hope you don't mind my just dropping in like this.
Not in the slightest.
I thought maybe that you would like to return a favor.
A favor?
Yes, well, you dropped in unexpectedly at my house recently, and I gave you a drink, and this is my afternoon off, and I thought perhaps you would return the favor.
Oh, wonderful. Do sit down while I get you anything your heart desires. I think I like your style, Lesley.
Then you don't think my just dropping in this way is impolite?
Oh, not at all. You said yourself I dropped in on you one day.
That's right.
I hope you like the vintage.
I'm sure it'll be lovely.
Let's drink to the future. It's more intriguing than the past.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. Shall we sit down?
Oh, well, I tell you what I would rather do. I would so love to see the view from the terrace window. I'm sure the grounds are just magnificent here.
Well, I'd be delighted. The garden's a secret passion of mine. I should have known that you'd appreciate it, too. Oh, that's funny.
Something the matter?
I'm having trouble with this window. I must tell the new butler about it.
A new butler?
Oh, it's a long, unfortunate story. There we go. Come and see. Lovely, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Are you not feeling well?
Oh, no, I'm fine. I just, I was thinking how very sad, melancholy autumn can be if you're not with people you love, as I'm not with Laura, and you're not with Jennifer. Oh, no, I didn't mean to sound like that at all.
May I ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
Why did you really drop by today?
You mean you don't think that I just sort of dropped in accidentally?
Something's on your mind.
Well, I feel a little bit foolish now, but I suppose it's because we do have daughters the same age that I feel you're one of the very few people who understand how very upset I am about her.
I understand perfectly.
I miss her so much, Frank. Goodness, I was just thinking, a year ago, at this very time, autumn, I was in this great emotional state because I was having to make this huge adjustment, you see. I had to adjust to the fact that if I wanted to call her, I had to call her at her apartment with Scotty because she'd just gotten married. And I just suddenly realized this year I can't even find her, much less call her.
I wish there was some way I could find her for you.
Well, when we talked that night, I sensed that you really were concerned and that you cared. And I just don't have very many people that I can talk to who really care.
Oh, I doubt that's true. She has her friends.
Oh, yes, of course, she has her friends. But you have to remember, they have their own lives to live. And there's Scotty, but, well, I suppose one can't really blame him if he says he just simply could not care less about her since she did run off with another man. And his parents certainly don't seem to be spending a great deal of time worrying about her right now. And there's Rick, of course, but Rick is out of town, and then I suppose I can't expect him to care as much as I do since he only adopted her, and we have been divorced, and here I am crying on your shoulder. I'm sorry.
Never apologize for something from the heart.
Well, you are a very kind man. I wonder, kind man, would it be asking too much to ask you for some more wine?
Of course not. Same thing?
Yes, please.
Lesley, I'm really very flattered you feel you can confide in me.
Well, there are just so few people that one can confide in anymore,